I have no idea what's going to happen here. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. Hi, I'm Paul Brodie, you know that. And we're back in the shop, Mitch behind the cameras, thank you. I'm not going to be machining anything today or working on the lathe. We got a bike to start, and I'll tell you a little bit about the bike, and then we'll take the rollers outside and see what happens. So it's a bike that I built back in 2001, which is quite a while ago. It's never been fired up, ever. I call it a 1965 Ala Verde. Ala Verde means green wing. Back in 1965, if it was a European model, that's basically what it looked like. It had the hump tank, hump at the back of the seat, low bars, and it's a 350, and the 350 only came out in 1969. So it's not perfectly correct, but I like it. And it's never been started. What's not stock is the carburetor. This is the carburetor that used to be on the bike, a Del Orto. Nobody ever says, what a great carb they are. It's an okay carb, but I think this one is better. It's a Chinese carburetor, and when I took out the main jet, pilot jet needle, nothing had a number on it, so I had to buy parts. It's a McKinney, so I bought those jets, and I got the jetting specs off Ron Lancaster, and you can see what I've got in the bike right now, so it's a guess. The ignition system, it came from Greg in New Zealand, and it's off a Suzuki GN250, and it's a 12-volt alternator. It's got a trigger for the ignition, and I've spent quite a while working on that, getting that set up. 3-4 days actually. So I'm going to show you some pictures of what I did. That's basically what it looked like. I had to fix the taper because the taper was wrong, and that's the trigger for the ignition. It's not movable, so the only way you can change the ignition timing is to take off the flywheel and put it back on. That's not a good system at all. What I did, I bolted on a piece of 1/2-inch plate, and it's held in by Allen screws on the back. And then on that, I can bolt on this. This is a socket, so I can turn the motor over with a handle, and my degree wheel clamps onto that. And you can see here how the trigger is moved up. And can you see the slots? I can change the timing now without having to take off the flywheel if I've got it fairly close. So we're going to see, because I don't know. I want to show you some other things too. Here's some correspondence I got from Greg. And I don't think he had a computer, because look at this. Everything is longhand, and he wrote it all out to me, and he sent it by regular mail, and that's how I got the ignition system as well. So that was back in 2001 in April. So I don't think that happens anymore. Everyone's got a computer now, but back in 2001, it was a little different. And what I had to do to make this work, I had to take out the foot peg, because the foot peg was in the way here. And I had to loosen off the brake pedal because it was up too high, interfering with this disc, a degree wheel. And you see here, I made this handle years ago, and I use this on other bikes as well. So I can find top dead center. I can move it to where I think the ignition is going to work. So it's going to be an interesting to see what goes on. This fuel tank has never had fuel in it, at least as long as I've owned it. The carburetor is a bit of an unknown because it's from China. Hopefully it's good. And what else can I tell you? I got a front brake. It's off a Yamaha Road Racer. It's the early 60s. It's a TD1. The stock brake is a 7-inch. This is an inch wider, an inch larger, 8-inch. So it fits on there very nicely. So basically what's not standard is the brake, the carburetor, and the swing arm mounts. This is one that I fabricated, and it's a larger swing arm as well. This is often a later model 350, so it's been reinforced, stronger. And I put a center stand on it as well. Stock has a side stand. So this was made in the shop as well. So that's about it for the bike. We'll get the rollers going, go outside, put gas in it, cross fingers. Thanks for watching. I've never put fuel into this bike ever before now. Okay. The fuel tap's not leaking, that's good. I have no idea what's going to happen here. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. All right. Whoa. Gotta watch that switch. Eh? Okay, we'll see what happens. Well, there was a pop. I had the choke on, I took the choke off. Can you hear that noise? I don't know what that is. So I switched off the key and that little hum went away. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, we'll try again. Oh. Okay, the flywheel came loose. Look at that. Okay, so okay, we got to take it back inside. It's hard to hold the flywheel, and I guess the bolt didn't make it tight enough, so okay, that's a problem. There we go, that's what it looks like. It clamps, there's a slot, 6mm Allen screw, and then got to take this off. It's an old cover that's been modified so I can get access. Yeah, I smell a little bit of gas here. Now the taper looks fine. So that's what I did. I made this And then see those 4 screws there? I bolted it on, I Loctited it. So that's pretty secure. I guess the weak point is the taper and holding it on there, because I don't have a way of holding this. What I did is I put in a couple Allen screws and I put a piece of metal down there, and then I torqued it, but obviously that didn't work. It's a 7mm bolt, really odd size. That's AERMACCHI. And that's the trigger. See that little piece of metal there? When that comes up and the engine, it spins this way, which is opposite to a lot of motors. And when this gets close up to the trigger, that's when it makes a spark. So when this comes loose, you lose all the ignition timing. So what I got to do now is to find top dead center again, and need to figure a way of holding this so I can torque down that bolt. And it's not much of a head. It's only a 10mm head. Very small, really. Okay, take out the plug. I'll show you how I find top dead center. So this doesn't matter where this goes on right now, because I don't know where the crankshaft is. Anyway, you get to see the process of how I set the timing and find top dead center. See this? This goes into the spark plug hole. It's the same thread, and it sticks down and the piston hits it. That's how I find top dead center. Okay. Okay. So now I come around. Oops. Okay, that's where the, see that? That's where this is hitting the piston. And I know from doing this yesterday that it's 26.5 degrees. That's the center. So we'll check it out. So that's solid now. So now I go around the other way. And if it's the same, then I got top dead center. Okay, so I'm out 1/2 degree. I got 27. The other side is 26.5. So that is top dead center right there. So I can take this out now. Okay, so that's 35 degrees before top dead center, and that's where I want my ignition. So this, can you see here? Okay, that's the trigger, or that's what sets off the trigger. That needs to be closer. I think it needs to be right about there. So I need to take off the flywheel and put it up and move it that way a little bit. Make sense? Okay, so I need to do this without moving anything. Homemade flywheel puller. See, it pops off pretty easy. There's got to be a little bit of space in between this and the trigger underneath, so probably right about there. Something like that. And now I need to figure out how to hold this. Let me see what I got. I might have something. Although, maybe, well, oh, if I grind this away, that'll work. Okay, so if I drill a hole in here, then that'll work. Okay. I got a new drill press vise. It's very nice. Let's go check. Oh, look at that. That worked perfectly. So now I can really torque down that bolt. Okay. Put that on. And I think that's about right. I'm guessing. Okay, so the flywheel's on. Hopefully the timing is in the ballpark. So now we'll put on the adapter. I have to find top dead center again because that's how I check the timing. There's a few things to do here. I had no idea I was going to be modifying tools. This is actually a shock wrench for adjusting the preload on large motorcycle shocks. I don't know if I've ever used that. I've had it for years. Okay. Okay, 26.5 again. Like that. I tighten it. I check it. Okay, that's good. It's the same number there. Okay. One more time outside. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, I'll try the timing. I'm gonna move the timing a little bit and see what happens. Okay, so I advanced the timing a little bit. That's what I did. See what happens. I don't have the choke on. It almost wants to run. Okay, I'm going to advance the timing a little bit more because it's almost running. Well, it could be numerous things. I think we have to continue this. I need to do some research, check things out. Thanks for tuning in. We'll come back. We'll get this bike running. Please like and subscribe. Mitch and I like coffee. See you next time.